And welcome to Cockpit 3D, brought to you by 3dcrystal.com. This video is for anyone that owns a UV or a green beam subsurface laser engraving machine, as well as perhaps those that don't own a machine and are actually sourcing their production of 3D crystals from our 3D Crystal Innovation Center located in Toronto. The first thing that I'm asked is, well, when I want to sell the 3D Crystal product, how am I able to actually get my first sale? What is it that it's going to take in order for me to reduce the amount of time it takes for a customer to actually make that first transaction? Because it's all about momentum. When you finally get that first transaction, all of a sudden it's a real business. And now you're super excited and you're motivated and you're ready to rock and roll. So the most important thing is your display. Make sure that you've displayed the product very well. I made this mistake. When I first started, I was able to sell my product to head office. It was a company called Black's Photography that had over 100 retail shops across the nation. And head office loved the product. But when it came time to merchandising in the stores, I had one small little crystal sitting on one small little light base on a shelf somewhere in the store. No customer could see it, and if they did, they thought it was just an accessory and didn't understand that it was a product we were actually customizing with their own photos. So display is key, and now that most green beam machines are able to do large crystals, any of you that are sourcing from our 3D Crystal Innovation Center know that you can do large crystals as well, because we're producing on your behalf. Make sure that your display looks great. You should perhaps consider getting our countertop displays that have steps, nice black velvet backdrops, acrylic covers to protect the crystal, and super bright white LED lights, okay? Lights bring the product to life. So you want to make sure you have your display at a good location in your retail environment. You also want to make sure that you've plugged it in. So the location that you're putting it at should have access to power. Plug it in. Light gives the product life, okay? So the first thing is a good display. The second thing is light it up. All right, now the third thing is make sure that you or your staff are excited about the product and talk about it with customers. When a customer comes in, perhaps if you're running a pet shop and they're coming in to buy pet food, tell them at the cash counter, hey, have you seen our latest 3D laser product? Check it out. And inform them. It's not that they're going to purchase it right away, but you're planting a seed so that now they understand and realize that in the future, when they have a gift-giving need, even if it's not pet related, that they can come to you to get that custom 3D photo gift made, okay? And so you want to talk about it. You want to talk about it with excitement. You want them to hold the product, let them feel it, let them feel the weight on it, let them turn it to the side, see the 3D effect, and understand exactly what this product is and how cool it is. Trust me, I started at a local fair, and today we are selling in 6 continents around the world under the 3dcrystal.com brand. To be able to grow a single SKU product globally, most people would have bet against us. Yet today, we've had our strongest year to date, okay? So talk about the product with extreme passion and extreme excitement. The third thing, action leads to attraction. Remember that. Flash leads to cash, exactly. And so therefore, what you want is to create attraction around the product. So what we encourage many of our resellers to do, those people that don't have machines and are relying on us to actually do the printing, is we suggest to them to put a nice screen and a looped video on it showing the laser process, showing the laser burning the crystal, showing customers that are happy receiving their crystal, looking at it, perhaps even tearing up or jumping up and down, clapping and loving what it is that they're seeing and receiving. Action leads to attraction. Make sure that you are creating a lot of action around the product so people are seeing that there's something happening. They feel excited. They feel motivated, because we are all emotional beings, and it really, really does make a difference. The fifth thing I would say is so important. In fact, this business model is what enabled me to pay off a loan that was close to $200,000 that I was given to start my business, payable in 7 years. I was able to pay it back in 18 months. And that was by relying on other locations to sell the product as well. So while I was selling it perhaps at one primary location, in your case, it might be in your store, we relied on many other locations to sell our product for us. So I would actually go to as many entrepreneurial stores that were already in a mall, that already had overhead, that were already selling their primary products. And I would suggest the concept of them putting the 3D crystal on display, selling it, collecting payment, and then submitting the order to us, where they actually make a percentage on the revenue. We give them a discounted price. We take care of producing it. They have no upfront inventory costs, yet they're making a very, very healthy margin. So try and expand your business, scale your business, so that you're not just selling it at your one flagship location, but that you also are having others be a part of the action without them having to make any large investments. They can display the product and rely on you to actually fulfill their orders as an intermediary or as a producer on their behalf. And in fact, we're going to be coming out with an entire software solution that's going to enable those within our ecosystem to do exactly that. So we're going to release more information on that. To learn more about it, make sure that you're subscribed to our channel so you do get notified when we come out with it. The other, and finally, the last, is be excited about the product. And so I think I alluded to this earlier, but really it's your passion and your excitement around the product that is going to be contagious to customers around you, and it's going to influence their decision to purchase as well. So what does that mean, being excited? It means that when you're showing the product, talk with excitement, talk the science, talk the legal lingo, explain how it's made, explain the science behind how it's made. I always share the story of, back in the schoolyard using a magnifying glass to burn a leaf, right? And the sun goes through the magnifying glass and the focus point is able to burn a leaf. And similarly, what we're doing with the machine is we're sending a laser beam through a lens, and we're splitting the beam and then causing it to reconverge by way of this lens, so that the intersection point in the crystal is hot enough to burn a little microfracture or a crack, and millions of points later generates the perception of the image within. Be excited about how you're talking about the product, your knowledge behind the product, your knowledge behind how it's made, and then go further and share that information on your social channels as well. Hopefully this is a good starter and some tips and tricks that'll help you grow and succeed in subsurface laser engraving. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.